absolute downside to living in a luxury apartment is that I have this beautiful fridge and I'm so busy paying for it, I can't seem to fill it with groceries.
Baby, they would have pool parties, and mind you, my balcony faced the pool. I could not even sleep. This was around 12 o'clock midnight.
From self-proclaimed luxury apartments allowing their tenants to have pool parties up until midnight, to people not even being able to stock their own fridges because the cost of their luxury apartment is too high. Seems like as the years go on, a lot of self-proclaimed luxury apartments left to charge an arm and a leg for rent and really just don't deliver in terms of quality. And I'm not the only person that feels this way, so today we have a couple of videos that I found just kind of outlining some of the issues wrong with a lot of self-proclaimed luxury apartments.
So this is before I moved in. The apartment was so big, so clean, so pretty. I was actually the first person to live in my apartment. These apartments was new. They at Union Heights, right across the street from Hector Mall, the Safeway. I was so excited. Me coming from Minnesota Avenue, Meadow Greens, this was like the best. I always lived in low income, so for me to afford luxury, this was beyond. Like, I was so excited. Look at the bathroom. It was so big. I was so pressed. Baby.
So this is how these cookie cutter apartments get people to rent out their units. They market themselves as luxury and charge just below what most people would be comfortable with paying. And I honestly get it. People get a decent paying job. Why wouldn't they want to improve their quality of life? And so they go off searching and typically come across places like this.
It was a mess. Ghetto, fabulous at its best. Baby, waking up every day to mice. Y'all see that? Oh my God. And these buildings was new. Then the girl right here with the red dreads, she tried my doorknob. Look at Miss Gangster. Baby, if you would've came in with me your last day. I don't know why everybody used to fuck with my door, but this the lady showing the people the apartment and they wanna fuck with my door.
The mice were disgusting. I, along with many others, would have had that as a pretty obvious deal breaker in regards to renewing the lease, and to some people they might even break the lease, which is understandable. That says a lot about how the place is maintained. I mean, the building is almost brand new and there's already a mice issue. I also don't know where people get the audacity to pull on a random person's door, and mind you, one of these people did that while they were on a tour to see the apartment with the leasing agent. I understand that we all have different backgrounds, but that's universally something you just don't do. And you would think that the higher rent would filter out some of the more ghetto activity, but as we're about to see, that's not necessarily the case.
It was always trash in the back stairwell. Baby, they would have pool parties, and mind you, my balcony faced the pool. I could not even sleep. This was around 12 o'clock midnight. Listen, family arguing, getting drunk, I'm about to fight. Just listen, they don't even live here. This was every night, non-stop.
Trash in the stairwell, pool parties going on until midnight. I found the apartment's website and they actually charge a mandatory $500 amenity fee. So for $500, not only can you get trash in the stairwells, you also get the luxury of having the unemployed keep you awake until midnight. And according to this guy, some of these people don't even live here. Oh, but you best bet the place markets itself as luxury almost immediately when you open up the website.
And then I came home and my closet came down. I said, you know what? The Lord is trying to tell me something. He's saying, take your shit and get the fuck up out of here. And that's what the fuck I did.
And then the little support racks in the closet fall down. It can't even do its one intended purpose. And from the looks of it looks like they probably didn't even drill it into a stud. They just screwed it into drywall, and unsurprisingly it fell down. They can't even make the walls a good quality. But I can assure you they throw that word luxury around like it's nothing.
The absolute downside to living in a luxury apartment is that I have this beautiful fridge and I'm so busy paying for it that I can't seem to fill it with groceries. Let's do a little tour. So I have cat food here, strawberry, kombucha, yogurt. Where's my broccoli? This is my broccoli. I took it out. It's my dinner. I've already used up my weekly allowance and it's Tuesday.
The irony of this is just laughable. This woman is paying God knows how much to keep her fridge running and she can't even fill it. And I mean, what about the apartment looks luxury? You know, it has a stainless steel fridge, a countertop, a tile backdrop, I'm not sure what that's called, and some cabinets. I'm not exactly seeing anything that would indicate this is a luxury apartment. And obviously they're not charging a low amount for rent given the fact that she has to eat like a rabbit for the next week to survive.
So my homeboy slash neighbor, because we are besties, but we live in the same apartment complex, we about to check out this little community event that our Apartments is having. So stay tuned. We missed the party. Well, just as quick as the damn event started, the event ended. And it's exactly why whenever our leases is up, we're moving.
So it looks like Wine Down Wednesday was a fail. I'm not sure who organized this, if it was the renters or the apartment complex, but either way, nobody really showed up. I'm also not seeing much wine anywhere. Maybe the wine is in that box? I'm not entirely too sure. So it looks like there was no free alcohol, which is why I'm assuming nobody went. Forgive me for sounding entitled, but I feel like if you have to buy it, you might as well just do it in your own apartment with your own group of friends.
Luxury apartments really are the biggest scam. Luxury apartment in general has always been my dream, so now that I'm finally here, I'm just realizing how much of a scam I was sold. They can have it back at this point. It's all cheap materials, cheaply thrown together, and then you pay high-ass rent for it. I'm just like, what?
They're supposed to be like soft closed drawers, but they don't ever close fully aligned. Like, you see how that, like, just cheaply thrown together. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yes, it's so nice having a key fob. We've been here for 2 months and the key fob is now dead, and they have to send someone out to replace it and reprogram it now, so we don't have a key fob.
This is going on with the wall. I don't really know what that. They didn't really know what it is either. Someone was supposed to come fix it. That's been about a week ago.
I really hope whoever they sent out to do maintenance was the one who said they didn't know what that was. From the looks of it, it looks like some water got under the paint. I could tell you that, and I am by no means a very hands-on kind of guy. And something that easy to fix really shouldn't take that long to get like taken care of. And I really don't think it takes that long to fix. I mean, it's really just a matter of taking off the old paint and slapping on a new coat.
The bedroom, just ruined floors. Really just small things like, why is the fridge not aligned? We bamboozled into feeling like you need a luxury apartment because in reality, your old apartment that you're paying way less for is probably put together a lot better than these luxury apartments.
So in order to sell this luxury feel, they installed these no noise drawers pretty terribly, to be honest with you. It looks like crap. The fridge doors are uneven. But there's key fob locks though. But at least you got fake wooden floors. I mean, it's almost as if these apartments are adding a bunch of stuff that feels fancy, installing it terribly, and using it as a reason to justify the price being up.
Why are we spending all of our money to live in luxury apartment buildings when we could instead spend it on experiences and living life? Going out to eat with friends, going to concerts, shopping, which for me is something that like brings true lasting joy. It's a real passion of mine. I do not understand, unless you have to, and that's a whole different conversation, but why you're blowing all your money on a luxury apartment and then can't afford to do anything else but sit in that empty apartment that you can't even afford to decorate. Please, please, take it from me. Have the popcorn ceilings and spend the money on the things that actually bring you joy.
I agree with the message. There's no need to get something on the higher end if you can't afford to enjoy it, especially if there are other livable options nearby. Like, I'm not saying go to the ghetto, just find the cheapest possible apartment, but I am saying to be reasonable and understand that some things are overpriced. There is literally no reason to live in a fancy apartment if you can't furnish it or decorate it. I mean, granite countertops and stainless steel fridges are cool and all, but if all you can do is stare at them, at some point it's gonna get old, and those extra $300 to $400 at a minimum that you probably save could be used towards so many things, like paying off other bills, eating out more often, I don't know, whatever you want. But the thing is, the option is there at least. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you stuck around this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching it all the way through. If you just skipped to the end, either way, I appreciate your presence, so thank you. Be smart with your money, don't get stuff you don't need, and don't live above your means. You'll be all good. So yeah, take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.